Play well. Game 1, time in, 0-0-2.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. National Pickleball League. Sunday afternoon action from Cincinnati. And do you ever think that there's a ball flying
Side
over?
out.
Let's not try to make Amy catch it or run it down with her arm in a sling. Get a little help from a young fan. That's what we need. Amy will get the headset on, but
0-0-1.
Kim Kesner, Jen Dawson for the Kansas City Stingers
Second server.
against the Columbus Hotshots. Nathalie Bagby and Kris Anderson.
0-0-2.
Well, Amy,
Who come in for highly favored, right?
you ever think that Jen Dawson and Kim Kesner would have a 24% chance of winning a doubles match?
No.
I just don't believe that.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than that.
Yes.
Side out.
Not to take anything away from Anderson and Bagby. They are a terrific tandem. And Columbus, the Hotshots, they come into the weekend 5-3, undefeated here.
Second server.
They're looking up pick up a victory to draw
0-0-2.
at least a share of the Cincinnati prize money. Boca Raton also unbeaten for the weekend, 3-0. Kesner slaps it
Side
away
out.
for a side out. Columbus on top of KC 1-0
It was in.
in the team battle.
0-0-1.
Boca Raton, they're playing Naples, so they are a heavy
Second
favorite in
server.
that. Amy, no score yet in the direct team battle.
0-0-2.
Okay. So it looks to me like Columbus has found a little spot that's trouble, and that's down the middle. So Jen and Kim are going to work that out, I'm sure.
Side out.
So you're going to have quite a few Kansas City fans in this match. Both all the Stinger fans and all of the Pickler fans will be
Second
rooting
server.
for the Stingers here.
That was a great put away by Jen, bringing the heat.
0-0-2.
Kesner, one of the best lobbers in the game,
Side out.
uses it efficiently there.
Really smart, good time to use it.
You have
Kris is
0.
leaning in,
0-0-1.
and Kim just lifted it over her.
Point. One zero one.
That's our first point. We've been playing a while. 1-0-1.
Second server.
Second serve.
One zero two.
Good leave.
Point.
Take another look here. The attempt by Anderson pulled it just a hair.
Jennifer serving. Coming to you.
Dawson serving to Anderson, up 2-0.
2-0-2. Side out.
It's a really smart ball by Kris. I'm not quite sure why Jennifer was pulling off the net there, but she got stuck
0-2-1.
backing up. I think she thought Kris maybe was going to attack it.
Oh, what
Kris. Wow. Good hands, everybody.
0-2-2. Point.
Dawson kind of fading away with that forehand. Well, she has that acceleration ability to bring that over the net.
1-2-2.
Spun it into the tape.
It's a great return by Kris, or by Kim. Nice and deep to Kris.
Nice drop by Anderson, cross court, in the corner of the no volley zone. And Dawson goes behind her with a slammer. Side out at 2s.
2-2-1.
Dawson
So pretty.
strikes it down the center of the court. Here's another look.
Split him right down the middle. So
3, 2,
honestly,
1.
that's Kris's ball, but she had just been pulled the other direction. So I just feel like she was just a little
Second
off balance and
server.
couldn't get back in to cover it.
3-2-2. Point.
It's a great ball behind Kris.
Yep. Inside in and inside out. Dawson earns the point. Her team up 2.
Have you seen the movie Inside Out?
I don't think so.
It's a kids movie. I think we've both kind of outgrown that stage, right? We're not taking our kids to the movies anymore.
It's been a while now.
It's been a minute.
2-4-1. Second server.
What's the recipe for
2-4-2.
success here for Kansas City coming in as the underdog?
Kansas City is going to use, you know, their firepower for
Point.
sure. Jennifer has one of the best, if not the best, forehand drive. Kim is very heavy backhand player, and she can put
3,
a
4,
ball
2.
down with her backhand like no other. So, you know, the people they're playing with, Kris and Nathalie, very experienced over there, and they got a good righty-lefty combination. So they're going to have to be able to close their middle and be able to put some balls
4,
away
4,
on these
2.
ladies.
Point.
Speed up cross court, back bait for the point.
Yeah, that's a tough ball by Nathalie. Really good.
5-4-2.
5-4-2. Somebody's excited.
Point.
It's a tough ball. They got Kim leaning. She just got a little off balance, and that caused her to miss that shot.
6-4-2. Point.
Just deep. So a run here for Columbus.
7-4-2.
5 unanswered. And the lob serve draws an error on the lob return. It was a good one. Affected by Anderson. It was very deep, Amy.
Yep. That is a great serve to throw in 1 or 2 a game. That high, deep
Timeout
lob
receivers,
serve. And you're going to
9-4-2,
get an
1
error on
minute.
that often if you can just mix that in. They're going to take a timeout. It's a good timeout. They need to take a timeout there. Just reset, try to
15
switch the momentum.
seconds.
Yeah, it is 7 consecutive for the Hotshots.
Receivers, no timeout. Servers, 1 timeout remaining. Time in. 9-4-2.
9-4-2.
That serve left pretty short.
Side
Ooh,
out.
there's the whipping two-hander.
That's great defense from Kim Kesner to keep that ball in play, because Kris got a great poach on that ball. Kim was just able to have her paddle out there with that
4-9-1.
backhand and get it back.
Second server.
Bagby, a lefty, had that line covered. Forehand winner.
4-9-2.
Nice overhead by Kesner.
Yeah, back to her volleyball days, right?
That's right.
A great overhead put away.
Spike.
Yep.
Jennifer serving.
There's a
You
big
have
match going on
5
somewhere. Do you hear
over
the cheering
there.
back there behind us?
Yeah, it's early in the afternoon, too.
is.
I was wondering if that's on Scenes Court. Playing against Morario. Well, maybe a big win by Kansas City, actually.
Wow.
Across the
How did Nathalie
way.
get that back? Yeah, that could be.
We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard.
That's a great point right there.
6-9-2.
And here comes Kansas City.
Point.
Good serve. Created deep return that just sailed long. And now it's a 2-point game.
7-9-2.
3-point run after the timeout for the Stingers. Ooh, it looked like the Stingers had the advantage in that point.
Really good hands by Nathalie Bagby to stay in that point.
9-7-1.
Anderson steps in and drills it on the sideline.
Jen was pulled in covering the middle and she just went right down her line. It's a really smart ball from a very
10-7-1.
experienced, smart player.
Point. Game.
Quality shot by Bagby at the feet to seal game one, 11-7. The Hotshots take game one. Game two coming your way next.
Game 2, time in, 0-0-2. Side out.
National Pickleball League action from Cincinnati. This week's presenting sponsor is Gearbox Pickleball. Innovation to the core.
Second server.
Special thank you to our friends at Gearbox and all of our other sponsors, including Incrediware, Gamma Pickleball,
0-0-2.
Ernie Victory Sports Technology, Julian's Coffee Roasters, and Almost Fat Tire Ale Time.
Side out.
So a couple of side outs quickly to begin game two.
0-0-1.
Kansas City had a nice little comeback in game one, but Columbus able to hold on.
Point.
You get the feeling that Casey found something in that game one during that run, Amy?
Yeah, I do.
1-0-1.
We're going to see if they are able to stick with it and get a few more points here, but looking good so far.
That's in, and a very difficult shot
Second
for
server.
Kesner at that angle.
Yeah, that's a tough ball on a backhand.
As phenomenal as
Jen's
Kessner's
gonna have to
backhand
take that.
is,
Yeah.
that angle is too much for that.
1-0-2. Side out.
Kesner says, how did that happen? Kim from Denver, Colorado. Volleyball and softball player
0-1-1.
at Houston Baptist College and chiropractor and acupuncture business for 28 years with her husband, Chad. And look at that shot by Kesner. Big smile. Her son,
That's a
Cole,
big smile.
plays football at South Dakota School of Mines. Her partner, Jennifer Dawson, at Carlsbad, inducted into the Hall of Fame,
0-1-2.
along with Scott Moore back in 2023. Since 2015, over 34 U.S. Open, TOC, and national championships.
Side out.
That was a great ball by Jen. If you guys saw how low she got and attacked that, really pretty.
1-0-1.
No chance to get that back. Low and at their feet. with a ton of pace.
Second server.
Good low
Jennifer.
ball at her feet there by Nathalie Bagby.
1-0-2.
Jennifer and her husband Steve, owners the Bobby Riggs Racket and Paddle Club in Encinitas, California.
Point.
You got to play there. That was recently voted on Yelp as one of the best places to play pickleball in the country.
Two.
What a point.
Great point. Great battle. Way to stay with it from the Columbus Hotshots.
Side out. Side out. You have 2. 0-2-1. Second server. 0-2-2.
Well, that's in.
Side out.
Kansas City won that point twice, Amy, because the initial ball was going to fly well deep.
Yeah.
2-0-1.
And then that one that Nathalie let go actually dropped in.
Second server.
Good stand by Anderson.
2-0-2.
Just
Side
wide.
out.
This tandem of Bagby and Anderson left Chicago 7-1. Columbus shared the prize with the Houston Hammers coming out of Chicago.
0-2-1.
Had a tough event on their home court in Columbus in June. 1-3, but now undefeated here in Cincy.
Wow.
Oh, what an overhead from Bagby.
Great shot.
Look at the action on that ball. Not just the pace, the slice, the French pastry.
1-2-1.
Oui.
Second server. One, two, two.
And Anderson get there, she does.
Good switch. Well, they got backhands in the middle, so let's see if Kansas City remembers that. Yeah, there we go.
Side out.
Good point.
You have one. 2-1-1. Second server.
It's a great dink. Pushing Jen back, getting on her back foot.
2-1-2. Side out.
Pushed wide, side out. Here's your scoreboard for the afternoon action.
1-2-1. Second server.
Both teams looking for points here in the second. 1-2-2. Gets the back of the line. Really fair call by Anderson. And
Wow.
Dawson lost it. Apologizes to Kesner.
Yeah, she doesn't miss many of those. I think she was
Receiving.
not wanting to hit her partner.
2-2-2.
Is the afternoon session on Sunday the most difficult session to play in, Amy?
Yeah, as a player, you're pretty tired by this point.
Side out.
It's not just that, you know, when you think about it, you play 2 matches in the morning, both day, or, you know, 2 matches both mornings, 2 matches both afternoons, but you travel, you practice on Friday, you have a team dinner, so you don't get to bed early anytime. You got to get up super early to get here to support your team, even if you're not playing at 7:30. So it's a very compact, full weekend for all of us. I mean, you know, everybody involved. But fatigue can definitely be a factor by Sunday afternoon.
Dawson, there's a beautiful overhead.
She accelerates and then she stays with it. So she knows that first one might not be the winner, but then she just stays with it and puts a lot of pressure.
Kesner able to finish the point.
It's a good spot.
And you're serving over there. 4-2-2. Point.
It's like it was just long.
It was out.
Determination
5-2-2.
for the Stingers.
Side
That's
out.
snaked wide.
Good replay there off the net.
2-5-1.
Wide. Good hustle by Nathalie.
And that
Second
is
server.
in. Gorgeous accuracy there. Dawson getting a line, painting the lines. 5-2-2.
Point.
A dipping ball by Bagby. It comes over the net and falls off the table.
3-5-2.
Good pickup.
How about Kesner?
Side
You
out.
talked about her volleyball background. Quick ups from KK.
Absolutely. Great ball.
You're good. 5-3-1. Point.
Fortuitous for KC.
Yeah. Jen generates so much power in topspin that she is going to be on the winning end of a lot of net cords that she gets.
6-3-1.
Right now, Nathalie and Kris are on an odd number, so they have their backhands in the middle. So it's a great opportunity for Kansas City to make a run, which they're doing.
7-3-1, 1 minute.
Yeah, that was lovely by Kesner, too. The way she closes with the backhand. 7-3. The Stingers
Receivers. timeout. Servers, one timeout.
Good opportunity to push this to a decisive third.
7-3-1.
Big swing from Dawson.
7-3-2. Side out.
Gives a, that would have been out. Why did I hit it?
Nathalie just went right at her body, so
3-7-1.
it's a hard ball to get out of the way from.
Second server.
That's a good spot right there. Make them figure out who's going to take that ball with both their forehands in the middle.
3-7-2.
I think Nathalie would have been better off there to let that ball go through and let Kris get that one because of the angle.
Side out.
They keep pounding away the middle.
Their drive and poach is not being as effective right now as it was in the first game. And now they're stuck on odds again.
Second
That's
server.
great protection by Nathalie to cover her partner when they're trying to make the switch. It's really important for everybody to do.
7-3-2. Side out.
Kesner adding a little color.
Yeah, she wants that one back, doesn't she?
Yeah. I like the way she says it with a
3-7-1.
smile.
Yes.
Ooh, back big pouncing.
It's a really good athletic move to recognize that was trouble and to go get that. Way to go, Nat.
4-7-1.
Moon ball.
Point.
I think Bagby said no. Anderson struck it anyway. Good result.
You have 7. You need to be over here.
I love that return by Kim off of a lob serve. I
5-7-1.
love a lob return back because you're basically defeating the purpose that they sent it to you, and you're doing the same thing to them, having to slow down and time it differently.
Point.
So just remember that at home. If somebody lob serves you, a lob return is a really great return choice.
Market return to sender.
Timeout
Yeah,
receiver.
and it gives you plenty of time to
6-7-1,
get
1
in.
minute. There are
Another
no
useless
timeouts
fact, but
left in this game.
Matt Berninger and the rock band The National, also from Cincinnati, one of my favorite bands.
Awesome.
Time in. 6-7-1.
Nice deep return.
Really good. Good get.
Yeah, this is high quality. Dawson able to finish.
Server.
Great shot by Jennifer.
7.
Bagby with a little commentary. I don't know if that was French
Little
or
French commentary.
French, huh?
Yes.
You speak French, Amy?
Un petit.
6-7-2.
Very little.
I'll have an order of that. by the way. Ooh, Anderson driving that one all the way into the Ernie sign.
Another fun fact about Cincinnati, it is home to Kings Island, one of the
Ooh, yeah.
best
6-1.
rides around. I grew up in Granville, Ohio, so I'm an Ohio girl, and we used to come to Kings Island as often as we could.
How far
So
is
much fun.
Granville from
It's
Cincinnati?
about 2 hours.
Okay. Nice ball down the middle again. Also Cincinnati Open, a big stop on the tennis tour.
Yeah.
Leading up to the U.S. Open and hard court season, which is not too far away
Second
now.
server.
Reds baseball, that was always another big draw.
Yeah, Cincinnati Reds. We passed by the Bengals Stadium.
It's a really
8-6-2.
neat city. They've changed it a lot, fixed it up.
Point.
It's just so low. In order to get control of that, she had to have a ton of topspin on it because she had to lift it. So good ball by Kim to get it down.
9-6-2. Side out.
Good attack by Kris Anderson.
Hotshots staying within striking distance here. They trail by 3 late game 2.
6-9-1. Second server.
Another good deep return.
6-9-2. Side out.
Quickly back onto the paddle of the Stingers with a chance to close it here in game 2. Force the third.
9-6-1.
Well, they keep blocking it back.
Yeah.
Dawson is bringing big time velocity.
I think they know that that's what's coming, so they're doing a really good job of getting their
9-6.
paddles out there and just blocking it back.
9-6-2. Side out.
And right back to Columbus.
That one got a little higher than Kim was intending, and Kris was able to put it away.
6-9-1.
All right, let's see if Columbus can put a little run together here. Well, that's a good
Second
start.
server.
I'm sorry, that was actually good defense. Jen knocked
Yeah.
down a great ball right there.
Nice angle there by Dawson. Second serve.
6-9-2. Side out.
So no answer on a couple of service games for Columbus. And another impressive part of the hot shot run this weekend at
9-6-1.
undefeated at 3-0 is Hedberg unfortunately out injured.
That's really good for
Second
Columbus
server.
to
Yeah.
be able to pull that off without one of their top players.
I'm pretty sure he did play some yesterday.
9-6-2.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Point.
And we hope speedy recovery for Mr. Hedberg because one of the most exciting players in the league to watch.
Big John.
Yeah.
10-6-2. Side out.
Oh, man.
Who wants this game too?
Right, right.
Six, 10-1.
I see the
Second
bruiser flag flying high in the air. Looks like Princeton's picked up another victory.
Okay, they're out for blood for the Columbus Hotshots.
6-10-2.
I love that dink by Kim Kesner. She just kind of misdirected it and sent it wide, which
Point.
pulled Nathalie out, which then opened up that next ball for Jen Dawson.
7-10-2.
Okay, 7-10-2. Let's see if Columbus can keep it on their paddles.
Ooh,
Side out.
soft dropper.
Really good shot from Kim behind Kris.
Well, late in the day on Sunday, you know, you keep your opponent moving, right, Amy? You wear them
Absolutely.
down, see how fresh those feet are.
Absolutely.
10-7-1. Second server.
Jen hasn't missed many of those in this match.
10-7-2.
Ooh, what a counter
Great close right there.
from Anderson. And they get it back as we inch along down the stretch in game 2. The question is, does Columbus have a run in them?
7-10-1.
There's a return to sender with the lob. Bagby way over. Can they recover?
Second server.
Kesner with a big smile saying they can.
Good shot by Kim. Good movement.
Did you hear what Kim said to Bagby?
I'm not sure. I'd still call it out. I don't know. I'm not sure what she said.
I think it was PG. I'll give her that.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Good hold. All right. I think they might want it. Let's see if they can put it away.
10-7-1. Point.
Good way to wrap it up.
11-7.
I'll tell you,
City
sometimes,
Fever.
so I was
Time
watching
out.
Natalie, she was
Game's
calling a
done.
switch
2
there,
minutes.
and sometimes that's just a lot of pressure on a perfect return serve when you know you've got to get it deep enough to make that switch and run on the other side before they drive it down your sideline. So I see that happen quite often, actually, where then you end up just missing your return serve. So
There's your hot shot owners, Paul McKnight and his son
Game
Jeff
3,
McKnight.
time in 0-0-2.
Good couple of guys. It's fun to see a father-son ownership group. They're having a blast doing that together.
And Jeff got put on the big stage today.
He played really well.
He
I
had to
didn't
play
realize
pod
how
one
good
with-
he is.
Yeah.
Jeff McKnight, he can play.
He got put in with headings today. Did a great job.
1-0-2.
Kansas City Stingers owners Julie Gibson, Daryl Wyatt.
They are also standing up over here watching this match.
This Kansas City team, well, they're at even 500, coming in 4-4 into the weekend. They're 2-1 here, so
0-1-1.
they potentially could finish in the money here. If they win this
Second
match,
server.
they improve to 3-1 on the weekend. And one of those teams that has played consistently. Not quite sure how high the ceiling is for the Stingers. That's yet to be proven. Ooh.
She almost got the roll on that.
Point.
Haven't gotten a chance to see Daryl play, but from what I heard, he's got a lot of weapons as he continues to gain experience and get better and better.
That's what I heard
1-1-2.
too. I haven't had the opportunity to see him yet, so I look forward to that.
Point.
It's a good spot to attack. That's a tough ball to cover those shoulders.
Two, 1-2.
It's a great reset from Nathalie Bagby.
It really
right there.
is. You know, Dawson, go ahead, Amy, you're finishing your point.
I was just going to say she just took all of that power and absorbed it and,
1, 2, 1.
dropped it so that she could not attack the next ball, and then they ended up winning the point. Great ball.
Second server.
So good with those groundies.
Second server.
I was going to ask you, Amy,
Sally.
Jen Dawson brings as much pace really as any male from midcourt with her ground strokes.
1, 2,
How
2.
is she able to keep those balls in play? I mean, most of us would try to hit that mid-range as hard as we can with the groundies. They're going to fly to the back of the fence.
Right, and she can, I mean, it's amazing. She can keep it in. There's so much
Point.
top spin on her ball, and the black ace paddle that she plays with is what I would call a very hot, powerful paddle as well, and it works perfectly for her and her game. So yeah, I think that's also why she gets so many net cords, because it's hit so hard with so much topspin that if it clips the net, it's still going to roll over.
Nice dropper there.
But how does she do it? She does it because she's a Hall of Famer. That's an amazing athlete that's been doing it for a long time and does it as good as anybody else of a top level. She's the best.
Now look at that. That's a good example. Bam.
Side out.
And you watch her torque, the rotation,
Pretty,
and the core. Yeah, very compact, but
2, 3, 1.
she gets such acceleration through the core, all the way through the hand. Boom. Oh, what a shot by Anderson.
It's a great shot to get behind Kim.
Two, 3, 2.
Finally.
Point.
Great pressure. Just keep with it. Make them feel uncomfortable, and that's exactly what Kansas City did there.
Jen has been dictating play off her paddle.
And you have 3.
We're tied at 3. Now you can't get more even than this. 11-7, 11-7, 3-3. That's why we looked at those duper ratings and said, not logical.
Right.
Three, 3, 1. Second
So
server.
pretty. Great execution of the overhead there with great footwork.
Daryl Wyatt applauding, encouraging that play.
3, 3, 2.
What do you think? That's got to be Dawson's ball, huh?
Yes, I do think that is Dawson's ball. And I just don't think either one of them communicated. But again, remember we talked about how Kim's very backhand dominant.
Yeah, that's true.
And, so she was right there as well.
You have 3.
Just neither one of them communicated.
4, 3, 2. Side out.
That's pretty. Nice compact swing, like you said, and then lean in and attack.
Yep. 3, 4, 1. Point.
The ball kept sailing. Bagby surprised. It was surprising. It looked like it would be well inside the line. Just kept drifting. And it's not from any breeze.
4, 4, 1.
Oh.
Second server. Four, 4, 2.
Walked up at 4, second serve.
Side out.
Splits the middle.
Good ball from Kris.
4, 4, 1.
Bagby with the bounce. Princeton out in front of Austin quickly 4-zip. These two teams tied at 1-all on the team battle. Boca Raton hoping to wrap up first place. They are leading Naples 2-0.
5-4-1.
Denver over Indy 2-1. Seattle trailing Houston 3-2. Coachella Valley
Point.
up
Timeout.
3-0 on
Change
OKC.
ends. 6-4-1. 1
We
minute.
change ends at 6-4-1 in favor of Columbus. He thought that Boca would run the table this weekend.
Time in. 6-4-1. Second server. Second server. 6-4-2. Side out. Four, 6-1.
So on the changeover, Casey gets the ball back down 2. Some thought that
Second
the
server.
side that the Hotshots are hitting into
4,
is a
6-2.
deficit as far as background's concerned. You get the crowd behind you, a little, possibly a little
Side
glare.
out. Six, 4-1. Second server. Six, 4-2.
ATP
Great
with the
ball.
backhand by
Really
Bagby.
good. Yep, way to follow that out and hit it at the lowest point to give herself time to complete that. Nice flick.
7-4-2. Side out. Four, 7-1.
Dawson 1-2 punch.
Point.
Kansas City crowd appreciates the effort.
Five, 7-1. Point.
KC right back at ya.
It's a really good drive by Kim. This is the time, remember we talked
6,
about this when
7-1.
the teams want to switch. Those returns have to be really deep, especially against great drivers of the ball. Otherwise, you're going to get caught on that switchover.
Oh, Kesner
Second
says, oh my
server.
gosh, she got what she was looking for.
You're over there. 6-7-2. Side out.
A couple chances there for KC.
7-6-1.
Nathalie says,
Second server.
how?
7-6-2. Side out.
So side out, one of the tightest matches we've had all weekend here on Championship Court.
6-7-1. Second server.
Both teams getting a little tight now, late in the
Yeah,
third.
a few back-to-back misses, uncharacteristic of both teams. It
You
is
know-
late in the match and a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
7-2.
Fatigue, pressure.
Side out.
Right back to the Hotshots. You know the Stinger player in the stands that's standing up, Amy?
7-6-1.
That might be Natasha. She's just sitting down. This
sat
is
down.
her first year in the league.
Okay. Nice attack by Kim.
Second server.
Kansas City well represented in the bleachers just beyond the court. Teammates really into this one.
7-6-2.
Yeah. I do see Amy and Kris and Yannette over there cheering their teammates on, though.
How about Yannette? She's been amazing.
She's had a great NPL so far.
Point.
Tried to get her to play last year, so I'm so excited that she and Comey came and joined NPL this year.
14-2, Yannette is, Brister.
8-6-2.
88% win percentage.
Really good. She's a great driver of the ball as well.
Do have a timeout. Timeout is
They're asking if they have a timeout.
no. They changed their mind.
Okay, not going to take it.
9-6-2. Side out.
Heavy ball from Dawson. Side out, down 3.
You have 9. Six, 9, 1. Point. Seven, 9, 1. Point.
Here come the Stingers.
They didn't need
You
their
have a
timeout
timeout.
after all, right?
Yeah, that's right. They pulled it back. They knew what they were doing.
And
So,
now
yeah,
Columbus.
It'll
Yeah.
be Columbus calling the TO.
Y'all ready? Ready?
Scoreboard upper right. Kim Kesner, couple of bounces, and she'll be ready to put it in play.
Receivers, no timeout. Servers, 1
Stingers
timeout remaining.
looking for the
Time
tie.
in. 8, 9, 1.
Anderson denies him.
Server.
Another serve coming KC's way.
8, 9, 2.
Very impressive put away there. Good setup for herself.
Side out.
You hate to see
Timeout
that
effective.
happen at this scenario.
You have 8. Nine, 8, 1.
What a get from
Great
Bagby.
get. Great get by Nathalie to keep that in play.
Looked like Dawson had a winner.
Yes, it did.
Their score is 10. Your score is 8 on 1. Timeout.
Okay.
Receivers, 10, 8, 1. 1 minute.
So at match point, we've got a timeout, Kansas City. That's what they were saving it for, Amy.
Yep.
Innovation to the
Everybody
core.
Ready? Ready?
Special thank you to our friends at Gearbox and all of our other sponsors. Match point.
Time in. 10, 8, 1.
Ooh,
Second server.
one more serve.
Good job by Kesner to keep her back and
10, 8, 2.
force a difficult third.
And Bagby get there, she did, and Anderson finishes
Great
off for the
job
hustle
for
shot
Kris.
by Nathalie. Believe me, Nathalie. So Columbus, a big 3-set victory. Clutch win for the Hotshots and Bagby and Anderson. Amy will visit with the victors after this timeout from the National Pickleball League.
Okay, I'm here with the Columbus Hotshots, the winner of that extremely difficult and long women's match. You guys, that was a marathon. It seemed like both teams had advantages and it went back and forth. I wanted to ask you guys a couple of things. First, when you came into the match, were you planning on one strategy, and then did you have to adjust as the game drug on into match 3?
So yeah, we had a strategy in plans to play more on Kim, you know. But Jennifer was all over the place, so she took a lot of balls. So, but yes, our plan was to try to stay on Kim, but she really was tough today. She really played well, and until the end we didn't know really which way it was going. It was every point was difficult. We really had to focus on everything, and towards the end, I mean, few shots, like, he made the difference. Yeah.
Your shot there at the end that kept you alive when Jennifer hit a great ball and you were able to get a paddle on it and reset it.
Yeah, I mean, he came at the right time, so I was pretty lucky. Yeah.
And Kris, what did you feel like was the difference that enabled you guys to pull away with that victory in that really close match?
Yeah, it was a battle every point. They were amazing players, and the ball just kept coming back with so much pace on it. It was a real battle. We just got a point here or there and got lucky at the end.
I'm going to switch around with you so I can get over here a little bit better, but I know you've played them before a lot, you know, in the past. You guys are all very experienced players. And do you feel like it can go either way any day? Or do you feel like whoever's executing the best on that day is going to win?
Yeah, you could tell every point was a battle, and any given day it could go either way. Absolutely.
I love the finishing point you had there where you created a good pop-up and you stepped in and finished it. And that is a really fun way to finish a match. Talk to me a little bit about how you guys can work together, because you have that righty-lefty combo, which is awesome, which puts really good forehands in the middle. So that's a definite strength in my opinion. But when you're on an odd, it also can be a time where your opponents can take advantage and go on a run. How do you recover from that?
Well, I mean, I think sometimes we didn't switch, and just to mix them up a little bit, but most of the time it was better if Kris was on the left, I'm on the right. So we have to adjust. Sometimes it's better to return a little softer, higher to give you more time, but it was hard to even do that because their serve was really good. So, but I think we adjust pretty well. We just have to really focus and switch fast, and that's what we did. Yeah.
And you guys stayed together really well. I thought you kept calm. Nobody got the emotions where you got the best of them. And do you think that comes mostly from experience? Because you've been here, you've won so many things in your career. Do you think that's partly why you're able to do that and keep your composure?
Yeah, it's so important to be able to focus and not get distracted by everything that's going around. And yeah, we did it really well that time. Yeah, in that match, we focused really well.
So ladies, Columbus is off to a great weekend right here. Do you guys feel like you're going to be able to pull this one out and come out on top? Or what about Boca? They're right there with you.
I think, I hope we can be first, but Boca I think will be first above us. But we want to really be at least first and second place, finish with the win today. Then this weekend we'll try to go 4-0. And but I think Boca is ahead of us. Yeah.
And when she goes off into French, do you speak French? Do you understand what she's saying, Kris?
Not a word. I send my friend Nathalie over to speak with her.
I love it. Ladies, you had a really great match. That was really fun to watch, back and forth. Way to grind. Congratulations, Columbus Hotshots.